This is your Weather Extreme video for Sunday, December the 11th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks so much for tuning in. Satellite image is very interesting this morning. There's a wide swath of clear skies over much of Alabama. But if you take a look at this infrared picture and look at southeast Alabama as well as the southern half of Georgia and into northern Florida, it looks kind of smooth, and that's because there's some low clouds down there, just like there's some low clouds coming up the Mississippi River Valley, and that is obscuring the ground. So we do have some cloudy skies over the southeast part of the state, and that helped keep their temperatures up overnight. At the surface, the weather map features a large high-pressure system that is moving generally to the east and is over the mid-Atlantic states. It's setting up a bit of a wedge pattern, at least for northern Georgia and South Carolina, but it may influence the extreme east, central, and northeast part of the state of Alabama. In the upper atmosphere, the flow has gone nearly zonal, just as we expected yesterday, and of course that is going to keep us a little bit warmer, thankfully. The temperatures this morning, warmer than yesterday morning, but still pretty chilly, as much of central Alabama has reached below freezing, and still pretty chilly in the Tennessee River Valley with a lot of 20 values up there. Our good friend up at Black Creek reporting an observation this morning, I believe, of 23, so he's about 8 degrees warmer than he was yesterday, and that's about true for a lot of spots. Watch warning map features a large area of winter weather warnings and advisories stretching from northeastern South Dakota across the Great Lakes into New England and to the coast there at New York. So a lot of snow. I know in Chicago, for example, they're expecting 7 to 12 inches. The QPF for us is looking pretty good for a fairly widespread rainfall on the order of a half inch, maybe as much as approaching an inch for some locations, and that will once again help keep the drought, or help to put a dent in the drought conditions that we still are experiencing. Storm Prediction Center is outlooking a small area for thunderstorms over the middle Mississippi River Valley for today. That along and ahead of the front. The thunderstorm chances move down into the Southeast U.S. for day 2. That'll be Monday as the front moves into our area. And then as the front settles and stalls out across the Southeast U.S., we see the chances for showers or thunderstorms. And once again, nothing severe. All right, we're going to look at the 0Z GFS this morning, and I'm not sure quite why, but my source did not have the 06Z GFS model run this morning. So these maps will be, typically I use the 18Z, these will be for 12Z. And there's the look at the maps for today as the high moves off the coast. And then by Monday, we're watching a little bit of a trough come through the upper flow, and that will bring the front close to us and into the area, bringing us some rain chances starting early in the day on Monday and continuing through, I think, much of the day. Well, once again, we may hear a few peals of thunder, but it doesn't look like anything severe. The upper flow still remains a slight, well, it's kind of a mix between zonal and a slight troughiness over the central part of the United States. And what that means is that the push for the front to move on is probably not going to be there, so the front stalls out somewhere in our area during the day on Tuesday. So I think rain chances remain fairly high, although I think the better chance is going to come during the day on Monday. The flow begins to take on a little more of a distinctive troughiness thanks to the large closed low over southern Canada, and that does help to move the front just a little bit, but I still think there'll be a chance for showers in our area on Wednesday. But by Thursday, that troughiness really begins to dig in over the eastern part of the country. So that will provide enough of a push to get the front down into the Gulf Coast area and get it out of our area, as we see a fairly large 1038 surface high coming in from the Dakotas and Iowa, bringing us another chill down for Thursday and into early Friday. I think our coldest morning will be Friday morning, and our coldest afternoon is probably going to be on Thursday afternoon, with highs Thursday afternoon in the 40s and lows Friday morning in the 20s. By Friday, we come under weak ridging, so that should help us to warm up fairly quickly. And then by Saturday, the 17th of December, we're under a decidedly southwesterly flow with Pacific moisture coming in over the top of everything, and that will be good as we see another system begin to take shape in the central part of the United States with another cold front stretching back into eastern Oklahoma and Texas. So it looks like Saturday will start the day out probably dry, but maybe cloudy, and we'll see the rain possibly move in, as it looks like Sunday could be somewhat of a wet day across much of the southeastern U.S. and especially across north and central Alabama. Looking out into Voodoo country, the pattern remains pretty active. One of the things to note is that the pattern also remains very much southwesterly for the southern and southeastern part of the United States. So that means we could be into somewhat of a wet pattern. We can see a little bit of ridging around the 20th of December, but we do have a very strong closed low and trough out over the southwestern United States. That closed low begins to kick out as an open short wave coming out across eastern Oklahoma and Texas on the 21st. That spells, and that could be have the look of a severe weather episode for the southern part of the country around the 21st or 22nd of December. So we definitely will have to be watching that. By the 24th, another trough dips in as that first one moves out quickly. So we have another one coming out. So that once again keeps us in this southwesterly flow. So it keeps us warm, but it could be stormy for Christmas Day. And even when we get out to the 26th, the GFS still pretty bullish on the trough being along the eastern slope of the Rockies. And that keeps us in that southwesterly flow. So that generally is going to keep us away from any cold extremes. That'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for this morning. Expect James Spann to be back in the saddle once again first thing on Monday morning. In the meantime, you can catch the latest forecast on ABC 3340 news at 5 and 10 tonight. I'll be filling in for Megan. I hope that you have a great day. Godspeed.